Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel where we break down everything you need to know about personal finance and how to make smart money moves. Today, we're talking about something that almost every one of us struggles with saving money. Specifically, how much should you be saving every month? It's a question that doesn't have a one size fits all answer, but I'm going to break it down for you today so you can figure out the best approach for your situation. Let's get started. So, before we dive into the numbers, let's talk about why saving is so important. Having savings means you're prepared for life's unexpected events, things like job loss, medical emergencies, or car breakdown. It's also the foundation for long term financial goals like buying a house, funding your retirement, or traveling the world. Without savings, you could find yourself stuck in a cycle of debt or constantly living paycheck to paycheck. So, setting aside money every month is crucial to building a strong financial future. One of the most popular methods for figuring out how much you should be saving each month is the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it works: 50% of your income should go towards needs, things like rent, groceries, utilities, and insurance. 30% should go towards wants, things like entertainment, dining out, or vacations, and the remaining 20% should be saved or invested. This 20% is where your savings come into play. Let's break it down a little more. If you earn $3,000 a month, 50% of that, or 1,500, goes toward your needs. 30%, or $900, goes towards wants, and that leaves you with $600 to save or invest each month. The great thing about this rule is it's flexible. You can adjust the percentages based on your unique situation, but it's a good starting point. Now, if you're just starting to save, your top priority should be building an emergency fund. This fund should cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, and it's there for those uh-oh moments. Maybe you lose your job or have an unexpected medical expense. You don't want to rely on credit cards or loans in those situations. An emergency fund gives you peace of mind and prevents you from going into debt. Let's say your monthly expenses are around $2,000. Ideally, you should aim to save between $6,000 and $12,000 for your emergency fund. Once you have that emergency fund built up, then you can shift focus to other savings goals. Okay, now let's talk about the future, retirement. I know it feels so far away, but the earlier you start saving, the more it compounds and grows. There's no magic number, but a good rule of thumb is to aim to save 15% of your pre tax income toward retirement. This can include contributions to retirement accounts like a 401k, IRA, or Roth IRA. Let's say you earn $50,000 a year. That means you aim to save $7,500 a year, or around $625 per month. Of course, you might not be able to do that right away, but even saving a small percentage early on can make a huge difference. Compound interest works best when it has time to grow, so start as early as possible. Now, let's talk about saving for big goals like buying a house, a car, or taking that dream vacation. These types of goals often require a larger chunk of savings, and they can take years to accomplish. If you're saving for a down payment on a home, for example, a good target is to put down at least 20% to avoid private mortgage insurance or PMI. For instance, if you're aiming to buy a home for $250,000, that's a $50,000 down payment. If you want to save this amount in 5 years, you need to save $10,000 per year, or about $833 per month. Breaking it down into smaller steps like this can help the process feel less daunting and more manageable. Okay, so we've covered a few general rules and methods for saving, but how do you figure out what works for you? The key is to look at your current financial situation. Here are some steps to help you determine how much you should be saving. Number one, track your expenses. Start by understanding where your money is actually going. Track your spending for a month and see how much is going towards needs, wants, and savings. Number two, set realistic goals. After tracking your expenses, set savings goals based on your priorities. Do you need an emergency fund? Are you saving for a big purchase or retirement? Number three, adjust your budget. If you're not saving as much as you want, look at your wants category. Can you cut back on dining out or entertainment to save more money? And number four, automate your savings. One of the easiest ways to save consistently is to automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to a savings account so you're paying yourself first before anything else. Your savings strategy is not static. It should evolve as your financial situation changes. Maybe you get a raise at work or you pay off a major debt. These are perfect opportunities to increase your savings. Conversely, if your financial situation changes, like you lose a job or you have a major expense, you can adjust your savings goals temporarily. The key is to make sure you're always saving something, even if it's just a very small amount. Consistency is key. So, how much should you be saving each month? The answer is personal, but with some basic guidelines like the 50-30-20 rule, setting up an emergency fund, and saving for retirement, you can find a plan that works for you. The most important thing is to get started. Even small steps now can lead to big results in the future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below with your own saving tips. And as always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.